Shalom and welcome to day 7 of our Hanukkah study. Today's title is Guarded in the Name, Belief, Unity, and Everlasting Life. Our scripture focus is John 17, Yahushua's prayer for those given to him, and this is right before he died, before he gave up his life for us. Matthew 7, 21 to 23, the Aramaic ISR. This is about entry into the reign of the heaven versus denial, and it's based on doing the Father's will. And then Jeremiah 33, 2 and 3, call to hear and see the Father's plans. Entering Yahushua's high priestly prayer. On this day, we step into one of the most intimate and preserved prayers in Scripture, Yahushua's prayer in John 17. This is not a private or hidden conversation. Yahushua prayed aloud relationally so that his words could be heard, remembered, and preserved for all who would follow. Through this prayer, we see belief is active, living, and covenantal, not passive mental assent, not, oh, I believe, I believe, I believe. It is covenantal. Unity flows from being guarded in the Father's name. Everlasting life is relational, knowing the Father and the Messiah. Guarding and alignment operate in real life, not apart from the world. Yahushua models prayer that is specific, relational, and covenantal, showing us how to approach the Father in trust, alignment, and intercession. He absolutely interceded for us. And number 1 here, everlasting life defined as relationship. And this is everlasting life, that they should know you, the only true Elohim, and Yahushua Messiah, whom you have sent. Everlasting life is knowing, deep relational knowing, not mere awareness or intellectual knowledge. It is about being recognized within covenantal relationship, living in alignment with the Father and walking in trustworthiness. And belief in the Semitic mindset. Belief is alive. It is not simply mental agreement or acknowledgement. In both Hebrew and Aramaic, belief is relational, active, and covenantal. It flows like a living connection expressed in relational trust, relying fully on the one you know, leaning into his guidance and presence. Obedience, aligning your life with his instructions, walking in step with the covenant. And covenant loyalty, steadfastness, reliability, and wholehearted commitment within the relationship. Absolutely trustworthy. Belief is inseparable from action. To say one believes but ignore the Father's will is to claim connection without living it. And that's sort of what we see with the Greco-Roman mindset. It's a mental assent, a mental knowledge, but it doesn't pan out into any sort of action. So this is why Yahushua teaches in Matthew 7, 21 to 23, not everyone who says to me, Master, Master, will enter the reign of heaven, but the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Master, Master, did we not prophesy in your name, cast out demons in your name, and do many mighty works in your name? And I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness. Or workers of evil, it also said in the Aramaic immediate translation. So key insights: entry into heaven is relational, not automatic. Mere words or works do not establish covenantal recognition. Being known by Yahushua reflects personal covenantal acknowledgement, relational knowing. Doing the Father's will is the marker of trustworthiness, obedience, and alignment within the covenant. In short, to believe is to live in covenantal alignment, to be recognized as known by the Father Yahuwah and the Messiah Yahushua. Also, we have Yahuwah's name was revealed to the men given to Yahushua. John 17, 6, Yahushua speaking says, I have revealed your name to the men whom you gave me out of the world. They were yours, and you gave them to me. The name is revealed within relationships, specifically to those given by the Father. This establishes intentional selection. They are chosen, not random. Covenantal belonging, a bond that cannot be broken. And relational trust. The trust flows both ways between Father and Son. They are just loyal and united, one on one front. They have guarded your word. John 17:6, Yahushua says, and they have guarded your word. The revealing of the name is directly tied to response and action. Those to whom the name is revealed guard the word, they keep it, they protect it, and they live within it. Guarding is active, relational, and honorable. It demonstrates alignment with the Father, trustworthiness, and readiness to be guarded in Yahuwah's name. The name as the location of guarding. So this was interesting. John 17:11, Kadosh Father, he calls him Kadosh. We've talked about that yesterday. Guard them, Kadosh Father, guard them in your name, which you have given me, so that they might be one as we are. And verse 12 says, when I was with them in the world, I was guarding them in your name, which you have given me. Scriptural clarity is the name itself is not what is guarded. The people are guarded in the name. It's like a location. I was guarding them in your name. The name functions as a relational sphere, a covenantal location, a place of unity and preservation, remaining in the world, not removed from it. So in verse 15, Yahushua continues, I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you keep them from the wicked one. Guarding does not require removal. It operates within real life, not apart from it. Unity as witness. In verse 21, Yahushua says, so that they all might be one, so that the world might believe that you have seen me. Unity among those guarded in Yahuwah's name becomes visible testimony to the world. And completed joy. John 17, verse 13, Yahushua says, so that they have my joy completed in them. Joy is full and complete only within relational connection, not apart from it. And this is a prayer that reaches across time. Verse 20 says, and I do not pray for those alone, but also for those believing in me through their word. This prayer includes all who would come later, which also includes us. So far, this is the culmination, is us. Day 6 and day 7 connection. So day 6, which was yesterday, we confronted false binding and counterfeit covenants. And day 7 today shows where true guarding actually happens. Not in institutions, not in ideologies, not in silence of the name. True guarding happens in the name revealed by the Son, guarded by the Father, and lived out in obedience. So reflection questions today. Given the times we are living in, how can your prayers reflect the unity Yahushua prayed for? Unity rooted in being guarded in the name of Yahuwah. Do you want to be in unity with Yahuwah and Yahushua? Those names are found in the Hebrew scriptures. Any other names are manifest deceptions. Pray for obedience to Yahuwah and alignment with his will. Speak Yahushua's words back to the Father, and speak Yahuwah's word back to him as well. And so that is it for day 7 of our Hanukkah study. I pray that this is a great empowering, and that we will see you again tomorrow. We will be going through much of the name in Revelation. And I've just got to say here at the end, wow, when you look in the Strong's Concordance under name is so important. There are like pages upon pages where the word name shows up in the scriptures. So just an amazing study. We're just taking obviously a very small little slice of looking at name and Yahuwah's name and how important names are. I mean, think of all the people that he changed their names. We only covered one of them, which was Yaakov's name to Yasharel. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow, and Yahuwah will be with you. Shalom.